The observation deck of the Galactic Research Station hummed with its usual ambient noise as Dr. Marcus Webb reviewed the latest biological survey data. The station orbited a neutral moon, serving as a hub where dozens of species could study each other in relative safety. Humanity had joined the Galactic Council only 3 cycles ago, and their presence still generated considerable curiosity among the older species. A soft chirping sound interrupted his work. Marcus looked up to find Pip, a Velen researcher, standing at his desk. The small alien barely reached his waist, covered in soft blue fur that rippled with her emotions. Her 4 large eyes blinked in sequence, a sign of polite attention in her species. "Dr. Webb, may I inquire about human reproduction?" Pip's voice came through her translator as a melodious series of tones. Marcus set down his tablet. Such questions were common enough. Most species found human biology fascinating in one way or another. "Sure. What would you like to know?" Pip's fur shifted to a pale lavender, indicating academic interest. "I have been studying your species' biological reports. The method seems remarkably inefficient, yet somehow produces highly successful offspring. I am confused by the contradiction." "Well, human reproduction is pretty standard for mammals," Marcus began. "2 parents, sexual reproduction, internal gestation." Yes, Pip interrupted, her translator adding an enthusiastic lilt. "But the energy expenditure. Human females carry developing offspring internally for 9 months. The metabolic cost is enormous. The physical toll is substantial. And yet humans reproduce this way voluntarily, even enthusiastically." "Why?" Marcus smiled. He had forgotten how strange human reproduction might seem to species that laid eggs or budded or split in half. It's not really a choice we make consciously. It's just how we evolved. The long gestation period allows for more brain development before birth." Pip's ears twitched forward. "But the danger. I have read the medical literature. Humans historically faced significant mortality during reproduction. Even with your advanced medicine, complications remain common. My species lays eggs in protected communal hatcheries. We face almost no risk." "That's true," Marcus admitted. "Human childbirth can be dangerous. But we've evolved a lot of social structures around it. Family support, medical care, community assistance." The Velen researcher pulled up a holographic display showing comparative reproduction statistics across species. "Look at this data. Humans invest more time and energy per offspring than almost any other sapient species. 9 months gestation and years of intensive care before the offspring reaches independence. Most species have their young walking and communicating within days or weeks. Human babies are pretty helpless at birth," Marcus agreed. "But that extended childhood allows for incredible learning and development. Human children absorb language, culture, and complex skills over many years." Pip's fur rippled through several colors as she processed this information. "The pair bonding is also unusual. I understand that many humans form long-term partnerships specifically for child-rearing purposes. They share resources and caregiving duties for years, sometimes decades." "Yeah, that's common, but not universal. Human societies have lots of different family structures." "Fascinating." Pip pulled up another file. "And the emotional component. I have observed human parents discussing their offspring. The attachment appears incredibly strong, far beyond mere biological imperative. They use words like love with unusual intensity." Marcus nodded. "Having kids changes you. It's hard to explain if you haven't experienced it. But yeah, the bond is intense." Pip's large eyes focused on him with unsettling directness. "You have offspring?" "2 daughters. They're back on Earth with their mother." The Velen's fur shifted to a warm amber color. Her translator labeled the emotion as tender curiosity. "Do you miss them?" "Every day. Marcus said quietly. Pip made a humming sound that needed no translation. She seemed to be considering something carefully. Her fur cycled through several colors before settling on a determined orange-yellow. Dr. Webb, I wish to attempt human reproduction. Marcus nearly choked on his coffee. I'm sorry, what? I want to try reproducing like a human, Pip repeated earnestly. Your method seems to create strong family bonds and highly capable offspring. The Velen species has been struggling with social cohesion. Our hatchery system is efficient, but produces little attachment between parents and children. Perhaps we could benefit from a more human approach. Pip, I don't think that's biologically possible. Our species are completely incompatible. The little alien's fur drooped slightly. I do not mean with a human partner. I mean adapting the human method for Velen biology, perhaps through genetic modification or technological assistance. If we could carry our developing young, if we could invest more time in each offspring, perhaps we would form stronger bonds. Marcus leaned back in his chair, trying to figure out how to address this. That's a pretty radical idea. You're talking about changing fundamental aspects of your species' biology. Is it so different from what humans have done? Pip challenged. You have modified your reproduction through medicine and technology. Fertility treatments, genetic screening, artificial gestation support. You have taken your biological inheritance and shaped it. That's different. We're working within our existing biology, not trying to copy another species entirely. Pip's ears drooped further. You think my idea is foolish? No, I think it's interesting but complicated, Marcus said carefully. Why do you really want this? What's driving this interest? The Velen was quiet for a moment. Her fur shifted to a deep blue that the translator marked as melancholy. I hatched 3 offspring last season, she said softly. They emerged healthy and strong. They left the hatchery within days, as is normal. I provided genetic material and resources, as all Velen parents do. But I have seen them only twice since hatching. They do not know me. I do not know them. And I feel this emptiness that I cannot explain. Marcus felt his chest tighten. Pip, I'm sorry. When I observe human parents with their young, I see something we lack. A connection. An investment. Your offspring know you. They need you. They remember you. Is that not worth some inefficiency? Worth some risk? Yeah, Marcus said quietly. It really is. Pip looked at him hopefully. So will you help me research this? Help me understand if such adaptations might be possible for my species? Marcus thought about his daughters back on Earth. He thought about reading bedtime stories and helping with homework and teaching them to ride bicycles. All the messy, exhausting, inefficient, absolutely irreplaceable moments of human parenthood. I'll help you, he said. But understand this isn't something that happens overnight. And it's not just about biology. The human approach to reproduction is tied to our entire social structure, our values, our cultures. If Velens want to change how they reproduce, they'd need to be prepared for society-wide changes. Pip's fur brightened to a hopeful yellow. We are already changing. Many young Velens feel disconnected from the old ways. Perhaps we need a new approach. Over the following weeks, Marcus and Pip dove into the research. They consulted with biologists, geneticists, and social scientists from a dozen species. The data painted a complex picture. Species with intensive parental care showed stronger family bonds but slower population growth. Species with minimal parental investment could reproduce more quickly but often struggled with social cohesion. There were trade-offs everywhere, but they also found something unexpected. Several other species had experimented with altering their reproductive strategies over their evolutionary history. The Korthi had shifted from egg-laying to live birth over thousands of generations. The gene had extended their parental care period through cultural practice before biology followed. Change was possible. It was simply slow and required commitment. One evening, as they compiled their findings, Pip made a soft chirping laugh. I think I understand now why human reproduction seemed so paradoxical. You accept inefficiency because you value the intangible results. The bonds, the emotions, the relationships. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Marcus agreed. My people are very efficient, Pip continued. We optimize everything. But perhaps we have optimized away something important. Something worth the cost. Marcus pulled up images of his daughters on his display. Being a parent is the hardest thing I've ever done. It's exhausting and expensive and terrifying. But it's also the most meaningful part of my life. Pip's fur glowed with a soft, warm pink. Thank you for helping me understand. I will present our research to the Velen Science Council. Perhaps some of my people will want to try new approaches. Perhaps we will learn to value connection over efficiency. Just remember it takes time, Marcus cautioned. Biological and social change doesn't happen overnight. Humans have a saying, yes? About journeys and single steps? Marcus smiled. Yeah, something like that. Pip gathered her data files, then paused at the door. Dr. Webb? I hope someday I can experience what you described. That bond with offspring. That love. I hope you do too, Pip. The little alien left, her fur cycling through hopeful colors. Marcus returned to his work, but his thoughts stayed on the conversation. Humanity had joined a galaxy full of diverse species, each with their own approaches to survival and reproduction. But perhaps what made humans special was not their F.